I have a doctor's appointment in 2 weeks.
Oh, nice.
And which oddly enough, he was the one who did my physical for basketball.
Yeah.
And so, which is I never had a hernia check before.
Yeah.
And so that was the first time anything like that happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, this guy we are friends now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
PG-13.
Like, I think in some cultures we're married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And so that was intense.
You know what I learned the other day?
What?
You
That
know
you
why?
don't have to check for a hernia that way. And doctors
Yeah,
are
they
just
don't.
creeps.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody, to Does That Make Sense, the podcast. This is episode 33.
It's going to start happening.
I know. We're starting to forget episode 33. The voice that you heard, as always, executive producer extraordinaire, Brandon. What's going on, man?
Executive, huh?
Yeah, I bumped you up between 32 and 33.
Nice.
There's no pay increase.
I was about to say, that was the next question.
But it's just a title bump. Title comes between 32 and 33. Pay bump comes between 332 and 333.
Okay.
So we got only 78 more podcasts to go before we get there.
Okay.
And don't check my math. On the ones and twos, we have Ryan. What's going on, buddy?
Whole lot of nothing.
Whole lot of nothing. That's not what you want to hear when we're launching a podcast.
We're way past launching.
You're right.
We're ending.
I feel bad for you guys because today I'm finishing moving out of my old house, and last week Brandon was like, hey man, why don't you use me and Ryan? And I'm like, because like that's not your job descriptions, like it's not important for you. And he's like, we want to help you out. And he was speaking for Ryan. Ryan wasn't there. And so yesterday I was trying to get some stuff ready, and I thought I'm going to go ahead and use them to do that. And so I texted, or I let Ryan know yesterday, hey, let Brandon know I'm going to take him up on his offer, which I know you were probably like, dang it.
Yeah, it's one of those promises where you're like, yeah, I'll help out. And they come to ask you and you're like, oh, fine.
And so
No, it really wasn't that bad. It was fine.
Yeah, it was fine.
Better than sitting doing IT stuff today. So
2 trailerfuls of stuff.
That's
but
right.
we're there. The house is now empty. Pictures get taken. We're going on the market. So hopefully it sells quick. So not that anybody really cares, but I'm excited, and it's been a long time coming. So
Could you imagine if your buyer watched this and was like, I want a house?
yeah. I don't think anybody who has told me they've watched it is in the house market, but if you know anybody, you can share. We'll do whatever it takes to share this podcast. I will sell my home if it means I get viewers. Anyway, so I'm excited about today's guest because I've known this person for 16 some years, something like that. I mean, I met my wife, and I met a lot of the guests that have been on the podcast. I've met because of my wife, and she is no different. And so it is a pleasure to welcome as a first-time guest to Does That Make Sense? Rachel, how are you?
Hello. Thanks for having me.
I almost said Norris. I almost said your maiden name.
I do that
Wells,
often.
Rachel
I know.
Wells.
It's going to be 3 years, and I still do it.
I still think that you're in my phone as Rachel Norris. It's one of those things where I'm like, no, I knew her as Norris, and she has to be married longer than I knew her as Norris before I changed the last name.
Well, to be fair, we do call your wife G.
Yes.
So
do you want to explain
fair.
where that comes from? Because people don't know that.
Yeah. So as Andy mentioned, we know each other through the dance studio.
Yes.
His wife, Steph, was our dance teacher, and her maiden name was Goodyear.
Yep.
And there were 2 Stephanies that were teachers at the studio. And to decipher them, there was little Steph, which was the other Steph, and then there was G.
Yes.
And G has just stuck, as you mentioned in a couple of podcasts.
People still call her G that did not know her as Goodyear.
Yep.
But they still call her G because it has just carried down.
Yep.
So you still call her G. People
It's
have
easy.
adapted it. They've added G money.
Yeah, I just feel like D.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
There's a joke somewhere in there.
Yeah.
That we'll just let the audience come up with on their own.
Yeah, we'll keep that.
But
quiet.
this is a PG rated podcast.
Absolutely.
Usually that's when I come in and make the joke for you, but I'll go ahead and
It's really not rated PG.
at ease.
Also funny. There's a joke in there. So well done. So yes. So Rachel, I mean, I met Steph in 2008, I think it was. And then I got connected to the studio like immediately.
Yeah.
They always joke that when you marry a dance teacher, you marry the whole studio.
Absolutely.
And I really did get like adopted into the dance family very quickly.
Yep.
So your older sister, Shelby, we've talked about Shelby on the podcast because she worked at Refuge for a really long time.
Yep.
And so I knew Shelby, I knew you, and then you guys have a little sister, Georgiana.
Yep.
So shout out Georgiana. She'll be on the podcast one day probably.
Oh dear.
She's got
Get
all
ready
kinds
for
of
that.
energy.
Yeah, she's lots of energy.
Yeah, this is I'm throwing the gauntlet down. Georgiana's next.
That's right.
Because Shelby has told me in no uncertain terms that she won't do it.
Yes, she will.
She will.
I don't know.
She's lame.
I agree.
She just wants to be talked into it.
Yeah, she wants to
You
feel
think she's
special.
playing hard?
That's
Do you
it.
think she's playing hard to get about the podcast?
I guarantee you she is.
1,000%.
She's going to watch
I
this
agree.
because it's her sister, so we're going to find out. I will get a text message, as I did when Emily's aired, that said, we're going to talk about this too. She has a, let me finish the first thought. I'm going to get a text that's going to be like, I was going to be on the podcast. Now I'm definitely not. And it's just going to be despite us all.
Agreed.
And so you can work your magic. We'll make it happen.
I'll wear my bandana that day. I'm going to wear my bandana, pull it back and be like, please.
Aw.
Nobody can say no to the bandana. So Shelby texted because what was the last week that we had Emily on, which wasn't last week, but it was a couple weeks ago that it aired. We talked about the shower toothbrush thing.
That's right.
Brushing your teeth in the shower.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to talk to you about that because I've gotten text messages about it.
Do you do it?
Do you brush your teeth in the shower?
Okay, I don't do it religiously, but
you have done it.
I have done it, and I think it's a very convenient thing. I'm all about efficiency. Like, let's just get it all done at once.
Shelby texted and said, I'll just read it because she said, I want to add to this conversation.
Oh, no.
And I said, okay.
Oh no, here we go.
And then it says, Brandon is an idiot. Andy's right.
Oh,
Everybody needs to get on.
That sounds like Shelby.
That's not at all what she said. I'm
Well,
sorry.
Andy said that
that was Andy texting
That's
himself.
what I said. Yeah. My
in a
bad.
thread to himself
I texted it to myself. I have thoughts.
as a reminder.
So
And
look
then
like he
I
has friends.
said it. So she says, the only friends I have, I'm so excited when my phone dings, but it's really just me texting from my watch to my phone.
Yeah.
Yes, I have both an Apple Watch and an iPhone.
Yep. Show do.
Okay.
And
anyway.
the pencil.
And I have the pencil and an iPad.
The pencil's
I
important.
just don't have any friends. So, okay, she said, hello, just watched the pod with Emily. I have an addition to the brushing your teeth in the shower topic.
There you go.
Nobody should take pics in the shower.
Please don't do that.
And I said, okay, hit me with it. She says, I only shower in the mornings. I might be saying too much of this. She might not have anticipated this to go out there. I only shower in the mornings when I fake tan because I sleep in it and then wash it off when I wake up. Which makes sense because you don't want to fake tan and then wash it off right away.
I do the
You
same
got to
thing.
let it sit in there, right?
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder what the sheets look like, but that's a different topic of conversation.
You have to wash them.
Yeah.
It's a whole ordeal.
Yeah. And so she doesn't. She and then she washes it off when she wakes up. I said, okay, that's all. I said, LOL, that's awesome. Haha. She said, my bathroom is small and I don't use my shower curtain because she doesn't share a bathroom. So the bathroom's small. She doesn't share. She doesn't use her shower curtain.
Yep.
So I can shower and I do brush my teeth in the warmth of the shower, but can still easily spit and rinse in the sink like a normal person.
Oh yeah, let me hold it in my mouth till I dry off and then get out of the shower. That sounds like a good idea.
So she is able to lean out of her shower and spit and rinse and still be in the shower.
I like
That's how
she
small
said,
her bathroom
I
is.
don't use my shower curtain, but then finishes the sentence with like a normal person. Like I can't even picture how she's showering without the curtain. Like just open, like water all over the bathroom.
Well,
I've never
have you ever been on a cruise?
I've never seen a cruise.
No.
So I guess we should clarify.
Okay. Yes,
Go ahead.
Okay, so my sister's a dancer on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Hence why she is in a very small bathroom. If you've ever cruised before, cruise bathrooms are probably the size of a closet.
Okay.
So your toilet is right next to your shower, which is right next to the sink. So when she means that she can literally bend out of the shower and spit into the sink,
Okay.
That's about how big it is.
See that I could picture. I'm just why not the shower curtain? Doesn't that make it water everywhere?
So when you're on a cruise and the cruise just naturally kind of sways, shower curtains are kind of gross because when you're in the shower, they'll sway and it gets
catches
stuck
you.
to you.
I hate that. Yeah.
It's one of the worst.
You got that phantom person grabbing at your goodies.
And because you're on the cruise, the whole like bathroom floor is usually the bathroom floor, and there's multiple
drains and
drains
stuff.
in it. So it's not
That makes
super
more sense.
uncommon.
So it's basically just a murder room.
Yeah.
yeah.
Disguised as a bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just drains everywhere, tile.
Yeah.
Easy place to commit a murder if needed.
Yeah. I mean, you just turn the water on and the drain just goes.
Yep.
She winked at her audience. It's if you ever want to commit a crime on a cruise ship, don't worry.
Don't tell.
They'll never find you.
Yeah. Now, what we need to ask is if people are taking shafts. That's my question.
Oh,
I'm gonna guess that's
okay.
See,
She's like, I
about.
do.
Yeah.
When you have Shelby on, you need to ask her about. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Go ahead. No.
With the shower, and if you were to clog the toilet, what they do on cruise ships.
Do you know?
Yes, I do know.
Well, you got to tell us. I don't want to wait.
Oh my God, but it's okay.
She's not coming on anyway.
I will tell you, but then she has to tell you because it's funnier when she says it because she gets really physical with it.
I want to hear. Okay.
So sometimes so when you're on a cruise in the toilet, there's not a lot of water.
Yeah.
So there's oftentimes that your poop will get stuck to the sides and not go down. And again, it's small. So a lot of the time what cruise members will do is they'll just take their shower head into the toilet and kind of force it down the toilet.
Okay.
So it saves maintenance of all, I guess.
Yeah, I got to come up with a new name for shaft because it just gets kids are related to poop way too often. It has nothing to do with poop.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's what I thought you were talking
I thought
about.
so
I
too.
thought we were getting curb stomping the poop down the drain.
Yep.
It's a
just
shower
taking
bath.
a bath with
the
the shower as the water
You
source.
the other
You just
day.
plug the thing and it's a shower and a bath.
Oh, I went straight to poop.
I know that's what he did too.
straight
I
to
did it
poop.
the
I'm sorry.
last time he mentioned it. Don't apologize. He's wrong.
Yeah.
Come up with a better name.
It seems like that's a recurring theme here.
I guess so.
The problem. Listen, let me text it to myself to make it official.
Bower. What should I call it? A bower.
A bower? I don't know.
You know?
I kind of like Bower.
You can't tell me
it's not that bad.
because
It's better than shaft.
Shat is the
Root
past
word.
tense of the other
Yeah.
sh. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And so so when you say shath,
It's only one extra letter. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
I
fair.
can't hear the th. I
can't change
hear
the name.
just the t.
I can't change the name this late in the game though.
You've been calling it a shaft
For
forever.
way too long
Everybody's
now.
all like, he's disgusting. He takes shafts.
Shafts?
Yeah.
No, I
And
seriously
you're like,
thought
it's
that's
not
what you're
that
talking
bad.
about.
I just because when you said, "Oh, I take a shaft," I'm like, you're admitting that really openly, but
No.
it's a shower bath.
That's it. And it's really soothing. It's very
I
nice.
do like those. I love to sit in the shower.
Yes, it's very nice. And
When
you
you're
plug
sick.
if you plug up the drain and then
Yeah.
it's like rain that fills it up, it gets cold faster, but
Yeah.
It
You
is
do have
nice.
to turn it up before you sit down
You do.
too. Because
Mhm.
the distance.
I don't have the time. I feel like I would be like, I just want to get in and out.
Yeah, it's usually a weekend thing. It's when I'm like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't be doing that on a Tuesday.
No,
we
I
got
got work
things
to
to
do.
get
Yeah.
to.
When the Sunday scaries hit you,
Oh,
you're
that
just
is so-
in your shaft.
Funny.
exactly.
Okay. Now I know.
It's because it's so bad. I almost don't want to change the name. There was one time where I was sick. I told my mom, I'm like, I think I'm going to take a shaft, and she's like, you're gonna what? And then like an hour later, she's like, hopefully the shaft helps you feel better, babe. And she like texted it to me. I'm like, okay, I got to change the
Yeah, you
name of
gotta
this.
change the name. My mom just texted me shaft.
I could never. My mom would jump to poop as well.
Yeah.
She's raised us.
I don't think
too
anybody
long.
in the family would think, oh yeah, you're taking a shower bath.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
one. No one in our friend group either.
When you texted after Emily's podcast, and I said you're coming up, you said great job, Emily. I'm nervous. You were so well spoke, and I said, well, we're off to. And then she immediately edited it and said, well spoken, and then I said, well, we're off to a great fart, and then I left it there on purpose and then put smart, that whatever, and then you said. Chart.
I'm a horrible texter, and sometimes I just don't even correct myself. I'm like, you guys get
you'll
the
figure
gist.
it out.
Yeah.
You guys know me long enough to know. So, all right. So back to we met because of Steph. I remember the one time I've told this story about Shelby all the time. You were never this bad. So let me start by saying that you were nicer in this particular situation.
Thank you.
You're
I'm
welcome.
always the nicer one.
I understand. When I tried to be kind, and I was leaving the studio and I held a door open and everybody was coming up behind me, right? And it turns out that the people that I thought were coming down ended up stopping at the top, but Shelby came down.
Yep.
So I held the door open and I said, have a good night, Shelby. And you're me and I'm Shelby and I'm coming downstairs.
Yep.
I said, have a good night, Shelby. And Shelby literally went like this. and then just
She's
kept
so
walking. Like
so sassy.
full hair fling.
Oh yeah.
Did not want to make eye contact with me. Probably the only reason she makes eye contact with me now is for two reasons. One, I ended up paying her to work at Refuge, and my kids are cute.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
she babysat, and that's it. If I didn't she didn't work for me and I didn't have children, she still wouldn't look at
You'd
me.
be invisible to her.
And so
Why'd she do you like that?
She
just
was
rude.
mean. She was mean when she was
Rude.
younger.
Sass.
Yeah, she was a meanie
She's
pants.
still sass.
So I mean,
I
she's
never had sass.
she's. I think Steph would disagree. G would tell me.
No. She would tell you
don't know.
that I was her favorite
She's,
Norris sister. I
she's-
listened. I followed the rules. I was respectful.
I'm gonna text her to see if she's in between classes. We're gonna try something we've never done before. This is how I get Steph on the podcast.
And she loves me. I'm telling you.
Call her and put her right on. Tell her she's on.
I'm gonna see if she's.
You should know her dance schedule by now too.
Oh, God, no.
So what are you
I
doing
have
here?
no idea. All I do. Sometimes I don't even know.
Dance dads. They
Yeah.
just show up.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Don't Don't get me started on my resume
I
as
know.
a dance dad.
No, dance dads are very important, an important piece of the puzzle. So shout out all the dance dads. My dad was a dance dad.
So
and
political, by the way.
Yes.
Her dad was the best.
Oh, I bet.
Dance dad.
He
I
was.
bet.
He had no other choice.
Well, there was
Yeah.
one time you guys borrowed the trailer to move, the red trailer to
which
move one time.
Which
A lot.
time?
But I mean, that's what it was there for. I was
I
happy to
know.
do it. But one time he came and he's like, "Hey, I fixed the electric on it."
Oh,
I'm
yes.
like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, it had an old 4-pin. I put a 6-pin on it. The completely different." He like cut the wire, resoldered
crazy.
just fixed it all up. I was like, "Well, what do I owe you for that?" He's like, "Nothing. This is the 9th time we've used the trailer, you know?"
Oh, we're
And
so
then
appreciative.
One time a key broke. He's like, "I can't find the keys." So he showed up and he cut the lock off himself, had 3 locks to replaced it, put it on this big bright orange lanyard and was like, I won't be losing this one. Here you go. And he gave me all new keys and stuff.
That
It
is
was-
such a John
was so
Norris
funny.
thing to do. That's so funny.
Steph is okay. So here's Steph's dance schedule for today. Do you want to hear it?
I would love to know because then I will be able to decipher if this is a good time or not.
To call.
Let's hear it.
So from 3:45 to 4:30, she has Cicchetti 3. And then right at 4:30, she starts with intermediate point until 5. So she goes from Cicchetti 3 to intermediate point.
Okay, tough start to the
Right
evening.
at 5 o'clock till 5:45, she has mini lyrical 2. There are no breaks. Mini lyrical 2, which is Emerson's, right?
Yeah,
Emerson's
well, that's
a mini.
fun. I think she should be. Yeah.
Then she's got a trio. Then she's got
Yeah, it's
Cicchetti
fun.
2. Then she's got point. This day is a very technical day.
That's a
lot of
very
Cicchetti.
technical day.
If you don't explain to the listener what Cicchetti is.
Okay, so Cicchetti is a form of a little bit more formal of ballet, like if you know your natural ballet, but it's a French style of ballet. So when you're in Cicchetti as a dancer, you actually have to test up to get into the next levels, where in a recreational ballet class or jazz class or whatever, you kind of just move along with your age group / kind of your talent. When you're in Cicchetti, you have to go through a specific testing that's actually French based. So you speak French. You have certain exercises that you have to do. You get kind of graded, I guess, by a
you're
set
a
of judges.
grade 1, grade 2, like level teacher,
Yeah.
and only certain grade level teachers can sponsor grade level kids to become certified in that level.
Gotcha.
So there's dancer certification and there's teacher certification. So if you're a teacher and your max certification is like grade 4, then you can't sponsor a grade 4 student to become a grade 5. Like you have to have that level above.
or
and
better,
and there's
basically.
7 levels. Is there 7? Do you remember?
Probably.
Because I think Steph is a grade 6.
I think so. I think that's the high. I think Shelby went up to that. I
Grade
did not
6.
go that high. I was not that good.
Steph's either a grade 5 or grade 6. There's one level. I think there's one level that Steph was like, I'm not doing that.
There's one that, I think it might be 7. You have to do something really crazy, and I can't remember what it is. But my favorite thing about Cicchetti, well, one, I think it's very important for dancers to have that technical background. But when I was in dance, I'm like, oh my gosh, I know all these French words, rond de jambe, plie, tendu. I'm going to take French and I'm going to be fluent in French because I thought I knew the French language. No, I took 4 years of French when I was in high
Still
school.
only know the dance
That's
words.
it. I know nothing. I was like, I know a very minimal amount of French from dance, but it got me where I needed to go in that world. So
There you go.
Shout out G.
So this is just so if anybody wants to know about how Steph texts, I said,
Well, no.
I said, are you teaching right now? She said, yeah, Y-A. That's how she says, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then why? No question mark. W-H-Y. No question mark. Just why.
She's mad.
I said, Rachel wanted me to call you while we were recording. And she just said, oh.
Nice.
Just O-H. That's
Oh.
it. So if you look at,
gosh.
if you can't see on the camera, but if you look at text messages between us, like I got like nice, like full long things or whatever.
No.
And then Steph's are like one word, like little sentences.
No.
She's just not a big texter, you know, like she's just
a
real
simple
simple.
woman.
She
Yeah.
is. She just lives her life, you know? And then there's times where she'll call me and she'll be like, I just had to tell you a story. I was driving and a woman in front of me hit her brakes like too hard. And then a deer ran out. And when the deer ran out, it turned around and it kicked its right leg. And it looked like it was a rondajon or whatever it's called.
Rondajon, yeah. Mhm.
Rondajon.
That was good.
I almost got there.
Arabesque,
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever you want to do.
And then she'll tell that story, and I love to listen to her talk, so I don't
Yeah.
mind it. But
Sure.
it's funny because it's the exact opposite of her texting. The texting is blup,
This.
but when you get her in a story, it's.
I love it
she'll
though.
go.
But
Yeah.
she's so insightful, and she's always well spoken
She
as well.
is, yeah, she's very insightful. But when it's a story when they're like, yeah, the person in driving in front of me is an idiot. It's not as much of the insight as much as it is like she doesn't want to road rage out, so she calls me to release the pressure valve.
Well, at least she made the right decision.
Smart
girl.
She is a smart girl.
Yep.
She married me. You know what we're gonna do? No. All right, cool. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Silence felt funny. I'm sorry.
We're gonna take a break and we'll be back.
With a new production team.
Welcome back to
and
Does
a new
That Make
guest.
Sense? Brandon went from executive producer to unemployed from 33 to 34. Yeah. All right. So let's talk a little bit about, we keep following the trend. You know, you were probably in what, 7th grade, you know, maybe a little younger.
Yep.
And then you've never officially been employed by Refuge, but you have volunteered.
Correct.
And then I remember, this was a funny story, and we don't have to go into great details because we didn't talk about this ahead of time about we weren't going to talk about. But you talk about how I don't call you by your married name because it's not, there's nothing about it. Rachel Norris just rolls off the tongue.
We hate Rodney.
And
You're just waiting it out, see if it lasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, if it doesn't last 7 years, I'm not going to call you by it.
Yeah, right.
But I remember, this is so funny because there was, you and I had a conversation before you started dating Rodney. We were at a pizza shop. I don't know if you remember this.
I don't know.
And it was after a relationship had ended. Okay. And I said, here's what I recommend. You should circle a date 1 year in the future.
I know exactly what you're going to say. Remember
I said
this.
we should circle a date, and you shouldn't, do what you want to do, but circle that. And then give yourself at least that much time to like zoom in on what Rachel wants with her life.
And
right.
I did do that.
And then you took, I don't know if it was a full year, but you took some time and then you started dating Rodney right after that. And then you got married. So I'm not saying that I'm responsible for that, but I'm saying it. And you're welcome to you and to Rodney. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
so does that make sense?
no.
I'm just
But
kidding.
you know what? We've had a lot of those types of conversations. You've given me a lot of advice over the years. I don't know if I always took it, but I did take that one. And Rodney and I talk about it all the time.
Rodney is I love Rodney. Let me be very clear because he is a great guy. I don't think you could have picked any better.
Thank you.
And shout out to Rodney. And I've gotten to know him better through your relationship with him, obviously, because like we would hang out, everybody would hang out, the whole circle would be there. Steph has told me before, she goes, she's never said this overtly, but you can tell that she's happy how the friendships have developed from dance teacher into like peers.
Yep.
I don't know that, and I'm not taking credit for this in a arrogant way, but like, because I developed relationships with younger people, Brandon was a Refuge kid.
Yep.
You were a young person that I developed like a relationship with, almost in that like mentory kind of way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Steph is a dance teacher, and for her, the method was always when they graduate and they move on, that's it, right? And so Shelby sticking around, Emily sticking around, you sticking around. Steph has this whole circle of friends that she might not have had if she was just like, they're students and then they're not, and then we're moving on. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And so, since we've all been able to stay close after you guys have graduated and gone on to become adults, it's been awesome. But that's how I've gotten to know Rodney. he and we'll have him on at some point if he wants to sit in.
Sure.
But his story is cool because I love Rodney because he was very patient. Like he knew you forever.
We were friends for 10 years before we
and then he was just
dating.
waiting. Brandon, you talk about waiting. He was just like, listen, good guys finish last.
That's right.
And I am here for the long haul.
He did.
And he got a winner in you. So there you go. You look like Emerson when you do that.
That's right.
And so I'm going to show you this picture and then I'll send it to, speaking of Emerson, I'll send it to Brandon so he can do it. Oh, speaking of Shelby, this is a throwback to the old refuge days.
Gosh. Look at that forehead.
Oh God, she called out the forehead. I'll send you this picture.
Shelby knows she's got a big forehead.
These are all of Shelby. She says that she has a 5 head.
Yeah, it's kind of a Norris thing.
When she said that, I was like, what do you mean? And she took all 5 fingers and planted them.
Yeah.
Does she still have space or did it
No, I think
did
she have space? I don't know.
She probably does.
Let's see what
it's a Norris thing. We have a lot of big foreheads, big heads in our family. So
she has to know that you being on was going to be like a Shelby bash fest.
Honestly, it's my sister's fault. They let me go on first, so I get first steps.
So my Emerson is my youngest daughter. If you watch the podcast, listen to the podcast, you know that. So she came down today because her and Ellie's age school classes were going to the Phantoms hockey game.
Oh my gosh.
As like a field trip.
How
Super fun. So
That's
she came
fun.
down. She was like dressing all cute or whatever.
Aww.
And I said, you look like it's an outfit that Sissy would wear. And she went, oh my gosh, this is such a Sissy fit. And so this is what she was wearing when she left today.
She does look like Sissy.
She looked like Sissy.
My God.
So I'm going to send this to you, Brandon, and then you can put it on.
I love Emerson so much. She's like my spirit animal. Emerson and I have been connected since the womb.
Talk about when Steph was pregnant with all of them.
Yes.
So with Ethan,
when was Ethan born?
He was born in 2012. So she was pregnant for all of 2012, basically. He was born in November.
I don't remember her being pregnant with Ethan as much as when Ethan was an infant. Ellie, I remember more of her pregnancy, but she was born in what,
Ellie? 2014.
14. Okay, so that was my senior year. I was a bit busy. Emerson was post high school. I was still at the studio teaching. I was in college, and G and I spent a lot of time together. And the very unique thing about being a dancer is you're with a lot of women. And I had the opportunity to see a lot of the dance teachers be pregnant and, have children. And I never realized how impactful that was until now that I'm older and kind of in that stage and that kind of stuff. But Steph and I really bonded when she was with Emerson. If anyone knows Steph or G, she's not very emotional, not very warm and cuddly. I am. I love to be close. I love pregnancy. So I would touch her belly. I'd ask her about her appointments. A little too close for comfort sometimes.
I mean, let's be honest. At one point you said, I want to crawl up your vagina.
Yeah.
And be with this baby.
I just wanted to know what was going on. Yeah. I was just I was so excited.
And Steph acts like she hates it, but she really is.
No.
She lives.
She loves the attention. Don't let her get you wrong. She would be like screaming at the dancers, and I'm just like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Girls, point your toes.
Holding her belly.
Yeah, just making sure everything's good.
Yeah, just making sure.
Yeah.
And then with Emerson, I don't know if I've have I told the story on the podcast about Emerson's Steph's pregnancy with Emerson? Brandon?
Definitely. But it depends on
what it was
part.
like real complicated. Have I talked about that?
I think a little bit, but not.
So you remember that. Steph's pregnancy with Emerson, they couldn't find the second gender chromosome during the 12-week quad screen. So if you've never had a kid or blood work with a pregnancy done before, at 12 weeks you can do a blood test where you can find out the sex of the baby and all kinds of other potential issues. It's not necessarily required. But it's very common. It's very routine. Yeah. So during this particular quad screen, they could not identify in the lab results the second gender chromosome during that quad screen. Oh. And so what that means potentially is that the baby could have what's known as Turner's syndrome. Mm-hmm. And Turner syndrome is, it has some physical, I don't want to use the word deformations.
It's a wide neck. Usually it's a wider
wide neck.
neck.
It can have webbed fingers, webbed toes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We know somebody who, a couple people who are diagnosed with that particular syndrome.
Turner's is for the girls, though, right?
Yes.
And then there's something different for the boys.
Because that's what they said, is that if it's Turner's, she will be a female, like biologically. Because if they don't have the second gender chromosome, it's a female biologically.
Yeah.
There's some heart potential issues. There's some reproductive potential issues with it. And so they immediately put Steph into the high risk category. So that pregnancy was intense.
It was emotional.
It was
it definitely was. But really, it's so funny the way that G has changed since she has had kids. Because I think I liked having G as a teacher when I was a dancer, because I always liked super strict teachers.
Yeah.
When I became a teacher myself, I was a lot about tough love. I think I learned that from her. But as she has started having kids, she has gotten a lot softer.
She's softer.
She is softer. And I wouldn't even say just with kids. When Andy started coming around, things really did change. And that's when we were really young. I was really young.
Yeah.
When Andy started coming around, and I remember us dancers being like, oh my God, she's acting different.
She's all, why is she getting all red?
But then we would try to pick on her, and she'd be like, get back to class.
There was one time I was getting ready, and I have like a point that I want to come back around to, but there was one time we had moved into the house about 2 years after we got married, maybe a year after we got married. We moved into the house that we're getting ready to sell. It's just funny how things come back around. And I remember we had moved everything in. We didn't have a headboard.
Okay.
Do you remember this night at the studio? We didn't have a headboard for the bed. Okay. And I walked into the studio and I was just saying, hey, I'm done with work. I'm getting ready to go to the store. And somebody shouted out, what are you going to the store for? Or whatever. And I said, I got to buy a new headboard. And a room full of teenage dancers were like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Wrong place.
All of you guys need to, I was like, spray a hose on them or something. Like, back off, you know?
Yeah, girls are probably just as bad as boys in those group settings.
And of course, Steph is like, just leave. If you stay, they're going to keep going. Just walk out of the room. And I'm like, who are you people? And I was like offended. And then I walked out and I was like, I wish that were the reason I was going. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so I'll never forget that. I also will never forget when I brought Ethan in to the studio wearing a shirt that said Big Brother to announce Emerson. You wept.
Oh, I'm a crier. I'll cry to anything.
And then when we did the studio dancers were involved in all of these big things. We told you guys the gender by putting confetti into a balloon here at Refuge.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember? Was that for Ellie or for Emerson? I don't remember. I think it was for Ellie, because with Emerson, we didn't have like all those big moments because we were so worried about the blood work thing. Yeah. And so when I think you were the one who popped the balloon that had the pink confetti in it. And she wept when she realized that Ellie was going to be a girl.
So basically I gave birth to these kids.
Yes. Yeah, they are yours. Speaking of, I need to say this. Emerson came out and she has no medical issues at all.
No.
They did blood work. This might be too much information, but it's my podcast. You guys can just skip it if you want. They did blood from the cord. Yep. They took blood from the umbilical cord and they tested it and they found the second gender chromosome. About 2 weeks after she was born, she got the full clean bill of health. Yep. And that's when we finally all kind of took a deep breath. And so we kind of celebrate her birthday, and then Steph has in her calendar kind of marked like clean bill of health day. You know what I mean?
That.
And so that was cool. So anyway, so you were like deeply invested into the pregnancies,
all of
and you were busier, but by the time because Ellie was born in 2012, and then you graduated when?
I graduated.
I'm sorry, Ellie was born in 2014. When did you graduate?
15.
Because then you went over to Toledo.
I went to Toledo for a year.
I remember
my
that.
Undergrad. Yep. And then I ended up coming back to YSU. Go Gwens.
Yep.
Graduated from there.
What year did you graduate from YSU?
2018.
Okay. And then what year was it that they went to the national championship? Because you were a part of that where you went to Texas, right?
It was the 2017 football season, but we went to the championship
like
in the
January.
early of
It was funny because the
2018.
game was in Texas, and
Yeah.
it was like one of the first times in like 15 years that it snowed.
It was horrible.
They brought the snow from Youngstown all
Yeah.
the way to Texas.
We like packed like bathing suits. Like we thought we were going somewhere warm.
Yeah.
And then we had an opportunity the day before the game to like go on the practice field. When I mean it was a whiteout, it was a whiteout. My friend Jenna made a video of our trip, and like there's clips and stuff of that on there. Yeah, no,
You
we
wouldn't even
didn't.
know
It wasn't
that-
any different
Yeah,
than
it was
being here
literally-
at
and it was
Youngstown.
cold,
It was
too.
cold. It was really cold, but the best experience in the whole entire world.
right until the game started, because then YSU got boat raced.
Yeah, but you know what?
James
the
Madison-
band always has a good time.
Yeah, well, you guys don't care. I
No,
mean,
we
your
really don't.
halftime's game time for you guys.
That's right. So we were trying to stay pumped up ourselves.
I watched it at Refuge. We had it on here at Refuge because they were televising that, because while it's normally YSU games are not televised,
Yep.
unless you have like some ESPN, Ocho.
Yep.
Anybody dodgeball? No. Anyway,
It's been a while.
Just a good movie.
It is a good movie.
Anyway, you've watched Dodgeball, the movie,
I
right?
have. I don't
Okay.
know it. I've seen it a couple of times.
If you could dodge a wrench.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Mm-hmm.
And they broadcast the dodgeball matches on ESPN Ocho. Or they called it ESPN 8 the Ocho.
Joe. I love it.
And so classic. Anyway, so you graduated not the next year, but the year after that?
That year.
That
That was my
year.
senior year.
Okay.
Yep.
And so, because you and Shelby graduated the same year, because you
Right.
finished in 4 and she finished in 5, right? Is
I
that right?
shaved off a year, so I did 3 and she did 5.
5. Okay. So
Yes.
that makes sense.
So then we graduated together.
Okay. Because
Yep.
I remember when you graduated, I can't remember why, but I screen recorded you guys walking across. I don't know
Aw.
if it was for a grandparent or something.
Probably.
But yeah.
Probably.
And so, so then after that, you bounced into, because I also remember, man, it's so funny talking about these things because things come back around.
Mm-hmm.
We used to go to One Hot Cookie in
yeah.
Youngstown.
Yeah.
And I remember having a conversation with you at One Hot Cookie about what you were going to do after you graduated high school.
Yep.
And you were very interested in chemistry.
Yep.
And it was more you at that particular point, you were interested in chemistry because of like a cosmetic type situation. You had told me about like makeup and like different things about that.
That's exactly it.
And so you weren't far off because you ended up going to
Pharmacy school.
pharmacy school, and now you have a doctorate
Yep.
in what is it exactly?
It's in pharmacy.
pharmacy?
Yeah.
And
A PharmD is what they call it.
A PharmD. So it's a
But not
doctorate.
pharm.
Yeah. A PH.
Yeah,
Just
medicine.
like me. I'm okay.
Never mind. Never mind.
With a PH.
Yeah.
We got it.
I get it.
You get it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't got to talk about it. You can see it.
You can see it.
You know what I mean?
With your feet up.
With my feet out.
Which, by the way, I
He forgot
cannot
to
believe.
announce.
we haven't mentioned it. Okay. My pants are, my shoes are dirty because we did all that moving today and I packed different clothes, but I didn't pack different shoes.
Yeah.
So maybe we do this as the cold open so that way people know at the beginning of the podcast instead of 40 minutes in.
Yeah.
Because
Shoeless Joe over
Shoeless
here.
Joe Jackson over here with my capris riding up. So this is we don't man the cameras in here. They're just set up, but we would totally zoom in and put this on a different website.
It hasn't stopped you from putting dirty shoes on before.
I know,
It's
but
usually
these
out
ones
of sight,
were-
out of mind for you.
Yeah,
shoes.
but I changed as soon as I got here into
You looked.
cleaner clothes, and then I took the shoes off, and I was like, "These look dirtier than normal
Yeah.
because I did a
right.
bunch of work." You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, thanks for putting me on blast with my shoes.
Hey, man, what do you want me to say? I'm the one who has to look at them underneath the table for
Man,
8 hours.
fine. I'm going barefoot. I'm going barefoot next time.
Oh.
You want something to look at? I'm going toes out.
Keep those
You're going to make me
dogs
pixelate
in.
all the whites.
I'm gonna go. Yep, I'm going full feet.
Oh, God.
I couldn't think of anything to say
Yeah.
after full.
I can't imagine the last time you cut your toenails either.
No.
This morning.
Really?
Thank you very
Oh.
much. Don't ask me to prove it.
Yeah,
because
right.
I got
There's
some.
no way.
My toenails are just the toes are gross.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we talked about.
We'll save it for
I
later.
used to. We'll save it for the other website. There's a market for it.
Yeah.
Oh, there is.
Don't ask me how I know. Okay.
How do you
Anyway,
think you paid for that new house?
Yeah, right.
Them
Exactly.
bad boys down
Bad
there,
Bad
right
Boys
there.
right here. This
That
is
mortgage gotta
this
get
is
paid.
January to June, and this is July to December.
Yeah, listen, these boots are made for walking.
That's right.
Man, this is going off the rails fast.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
this is par for the course when
Yeah, it
you and I
is.
start talking.
Yep.
So Farm D, and you work in the healthcare system.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
And how do you tell me? You don't have to go into detail,
Yep.
obviously, but tell me a little bit about you do most of your work remote right now, right?
Yeah.
So what is it that you do? You wake up and you're like you sit at your desk.
What
What's
do I
Rachel
do?
Yeah.
So I have a very unique position. A lot of people don't. When people think of pharmacist, they think of your pharmacist at CVS, Walgreens, dispensing your medications. That's called a retail pharmacist. I'm in a position that's called a clinical pharmacist or an ambulatory care pharmacist that we actually go on after school and do a residency like a doctor would.
Okay.
And you kind of specialize and get granted kind of these different types of credentialing and privileging. So in my role, I actually act like a provider, and I am consulted by physicians to basically manage people's medications.
Okay.
So,
like dosage or type of like
I can add, subtract, multiply,
and
divide.
if there's multiple medicines that are designed to do the same thing, but there's side effects, like one might be better for this particular. Okay.
Exactly. So the idea is, and I think where healthcare will eventually become it. I work in a healthcare system in Cleveland.
Okay.
Cleveland, fortunately and unfortunately, is a lot more progressive in the healthcare field than here in Youngstown.
Okay.
Eventually, we end up adopting it, but it takes a couple of years. In the Cleveland area, the idea is that you go see your doctor, they diagnose you, and they send you to a pharmacist that does all of your medications.
Okay.
Because the idea is your physician is there to be the diagnosing expert. We are the medication experts.
Right.
So we kind of work together. So my day-to-day in the past has been seeing patients telehealth, adjusting meds. I work in a lot of specialties like cardiology, nephrology, women's health, that kind of stuff. Throughout the past couple of years, I've actually had the opportunity to be promoted. I'm more in management now. So I do a lot of project development, expansion, more oversight rather than a lot of hands-on patient care.
So that was my question is that you're seeing less frontline patient work and more supervising the people who are seeing the patients. What do you prefer? How do you like that?
Honestly, if you ask most pharmacists, a lot of them really want to be super clinical, super patient facing. And that was something that I did really enjoy. However, as we talked about, I graduated from Youngstown State. I have a chemical engineering bachelor's degree.
Yeah.
And I actually find that I get to use a little bit more of that on the management side because it's a lot more business.
Yeah.
And I actually enjoy that a little bit more. I am very black and white.
Yeah.
That was
Wow.
I did
That
not
was
plan that.
unplanned.
That did not plan that.
Happy accident.
Nice.
So it to me, numbers, spreadsheets, reports, I love that kind of stuff. And that's what I get to do on a day-to-day, where I get to hire people who are much more creative and in the gray and do a lot better of a job in my
kind of abstract mentality.
Yeah. To work for me.
So do you have direct reports then? You have people that are direct reports to you?
I have about 17 pharmacists that report to me.
Are they all local? Are they all over? How do they break that down?
All over the Cleveland area, I would say.
And do you have to do a day, right? Where
Yes,
you
I go in the office once a week.
And what's that like? Is it just catching up on whatever?
Catching up, yeah. I really think, I think remote work and work from home has been one of the advantages of COVID, and it definitely makes for a better work-life balance myself, for my employees. So I'm really grateful for that. However, I'm really big on culture. I'm really big on, relationships within the team. So I use those days to just really make sure I'm touching base with my people, but they're also touching base with each other. We do a lot of meetings, catch up projects, things like that.
17's a big team. It's a big team.
It is. But you know what? I tell my people all the time, if you're watching this, I have the best team at my healthcare system. I think my pharmacists are the best ones around. So shout out them.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
And I have a doctor's appointment in 2 weeks.
Oh, nice.
And I'm going to go do labs, annual labs.
Yeah.
We've talked about that before because there's a generation that doesn't do it. And then the younger generation is a little bit more on doing regular labs to try to get a feel for things or whatever. And so I turned 42 this year. And when I was 38 or 39, I was like, I'm just going to start now because I know that at 40 and 45 is when like doctor's appointments go from like whenever you feel sick to like every 5 years, every 10 years, every 5 years, whatever.
Yep.
And I wanted like a good baseline, 38, 39, 40, then get to like 45, 46. I can see really good trends. I can make adjustments, whatever. You're just trying to be forward thinking.
That's right.
And so it's so funny too, because it's the same doctor that he's not my pediatrician, but when I went from a pediatrician to a family practice, I went to this doctor.
Nice.
So I've had him since I was in high school.
Nice.
Yeah. And which oddly enough, he was the one who did my physical for basketball.
Yeah.
And so I never had a hernia check before.
Yeah.
And so that was the first time anything like that happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, this guy we are friends now.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I mean?
PG-13.
Like I think in some cultures we're married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And so that was intense.
You know what I learned the other day?
What?
You know
You
why?
don't have to check for a hernia that way, and doctors
Yeah,
are
they
just
don't.
creeps.
No, that's hilarious. I was going to say, do you know why they make you turn your head to cough?
So you're not coughing in the doctor's face?
Yeah, so you don't cough in my face, dude.
They'd
like,
be
oh,
very
okay.
sick doctors.
It's like if I cough in your face, is the hernia not going to be there? But if I turn, it's going to
It'll be there. It just pops out.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
I was like,
Also-
what is the difference?
I don't have anything else to add. I was going to keep going on that, but it was weird.
It's okay.
Yeah.
The way that if you don't look it up, the way they check for hernias is you got to drop trowel.
Yeah.
They basically grab sack.
Oh, yeah.
And then you cough.
Yeah.
And then if there's something that shows up,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, you have a hernia.
They'll feel
Yep.
it.
And then if it doesn't,
Yeah.
you're good.
So funny. They're just so used to feeling balls that they know what they feel like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's the
It's
craziest
I think
funny,
stuff.
though.
he's touched mine more than I have, and I've only had one hernia check.
Yeah. Well, that's a
It's-
you problem.
It's funny though, because like patients think that that's super weird.
It's just
when you're
anatomy.
in the health, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just, it's totally different when you're on the other side as the practitioner.
I would hope
clinical.
so.
It
I mean,
really
because
is.
how would you make it through a day if it's not? Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like you have to have this point where you're like,
Yep.
this is just biology.
It is.
Like all you're doing. The only thing that separates me from that all the time is that you're wearing pants.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
I'm just in the same way that I'm checking a pulse. I'm
Yep.
checking this part of your body.
That's it.
Because there's been times I'll even do dermatology appointments, and they said, "Are we doing just upper body or full body?" And I'm like, "That's a weird question.
Sure.
What do you think,
Yeah.
doctor person that I'm coming to?" She's like,
Yep.
well, let's check the upper body. And if there's clearly no signs,
Yep.
that the rest of the body is probably like,
Fine.
it's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then she's very specific. Unless you have something specific that you have found
Yep.
that you want me to look at.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? And a weird thing that happens when you start to get older is that you get skin tags.
I know.
And so if you know what they look like and you know what they are, they could pop up anywhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so there's times where they'll be below the waist at some point, but I know it's just a skin tag because I know what they look like. And I'm like, got a couple skin tags, but we're good.
Yeah.
And there's sometimes because my dermatologist is a female and she's very kind and she's a professional.
Sure.
But there's a part in the back of her, I could see it behind her eyes where she's like, thank God I don't got to look at another pantsless dude today. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
she's
yeah, yeah.
fine. She would. It's her
Yep.
job. There's no big deal. But at the same
Yep.
time, it's like, if I don't got to see another one,
Yeah.
I'm good
Adios.
to go. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so,
You need
I
to get
have
a
no
doctor
idea
that
what we're
cracks
talking
jokes
about.
at you. So whenever you say that, she's like, "Oh, thank God."
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
okay. When I
Yeah.
had my vasectomy, she walked in the room and she went, "I'm sorry, it's cold in here." I was like, "I'm actually burning up, you dummy."
That's embarrassing.
She didn't actually say that, but I literally at one point I thought, do I make the joke about how I was like, I was swimming before I got here.
Yeah. Yep.
I was in the pool.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
But I didn't, and so she actually was like, "Oh, we don't need the medium tweezers today."
And do you know how many times she probably has made that joke? You know what I mean?
Probably the 15th time that day.
that day.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. It's just like I wanted to be like, on a scale of 1 to 10, let's compare.
Yep. Yep.
But no. You know the weirdest thing about a vasectomy was you can smell the burning.
That's what you said.
You can smell it. Yeah.
See, I don't do smells. That's why I'm just a pharmacist. I
Yeah.
don't,
And
I don't
so
like
okay,
it.
so we keep coming back around, which is great. This is good flow.
Yep.
So your Rodney, law enforcement.
Yep.
So just super unique
Yeah.
jobs. And
Yep.
when I say unique, I mean most people are going to work. They're
Yep.
working a 9 to 5.
Yep.
They're going home,
Yep.
and then they're doing whatever. Law enforcement. He's into. We don't have to go into details, but
Yep.
when you guys were all over at the house the other night,
Yep.
and the next morning he had to transport a bunch of inmates.
Yep. He works in a civil department within a courthouse. So he's not like on the road as much as you would see like a regular police
Yeah, he's not
officer.
like a beat. He's not like a beat cop. Yeah.
Correct. He's not usually pulling you over and giving you speeding tickets and things like that. So he's a nice cop.
Yeah.
So he's not a pig.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sorry.
No,
Wow.
we make all of the officer jokes all the time.
This is the fourth time this podcast that I fired Brandon.
Yeah, and start over.
And so we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. Okay. So yes. And he got into, is that something he always wanted to do?
He always, when he got out of the police academy, he got his first job in a courthouse and just really ended up falling in love with it. He really just loves the law and like seeing kind of that process as opposed to, kind of being the pigs on the road. He actually didn't really love that job. He was like, the one thing that he really tries to kind of pride himself on is understanding that these people are likely at the lowest of the low of their situations and trying to be respectful.
They're in the courthouse at that point.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're finding out their
whether they're
livelihood,
sentenced
basically.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Because he's and he's told stories, and my brother-in-law Danny was in law enforcement for a while, and but he worked in a correctional facility. Yeah, and so they have a lot of interesting stories that they'll share.
Oh yeah.
And so it's fun to listen to him chat and just learn about it all. And so you guys moved about a year ago.
Yeah.
You're coming up on a year in a new house.
Yeah.
So the next podcast, looking forward, what's next for just you? Like what Rachel and Rodney, I'm sure you guys have plans and we can talk about all that, but like, is there anything career based that you're like, this is the next goal, or like you just kind of happy to just see where things go?
I think I've been really intentional the past couple of years, really trying to build out my team to be really independent. I want to maximize that as much as I can before Rodney and I explore having a child, because that definitely makes things a little bit harder. I'm not as available or flexible and things like that. So professionally, I'd like to kind of wrap that up. I've done a lot of expansion over the past couple of years. So, and then I have a lot of great celebrations this year. I have a lot of friends that are getting married. So
you have a cruise coming up too. You're going on to Shelby's cruise.
Yep. So,
is it just you and Rodney on this one, or is it the whole
family?
Okay.
This is shout out Emily. This is our first cruise without Emily.
Oh no, but she's there now.
And she made it sound like she was excited to go without me. She's usually with Rodney and I when we go on these family ones. And I said, whatever, Emily, just do your thing.
Fine, we're gonna have more fun without you. Whatever. Also,
that's fine.
That's why you're sick on your current cruise.
That's what and Shelby's ankle's twisted. So good luck.
That's what happens.
Good luck, girls.
You know what? My ankles are not twisted.
Look at those. Those are good puppies right there.
I have chicken legs. I tell people that when I have bow legs though. Do you remember that? Do you remember when I stood up? I have bow legs. I'm great at riding a horse.
Not bad though.
I don't. I mean, we're not going to stand up and show the podcast audience what my legs look like. But
that's for another website.
Yeah, that's a different website. Other than the feet one. Yeah. I've just going over potential URLs in my name for my bow legs. If I stand up and I put my legs together, there's a gap in my knees. Yep. I have bow legs, and I don't know where it came from because I don't. I didn't break any bones when I was a child or anything. I did get my ankle stuck in a drain in a garage, like the floor drain in a garage.
Oh, did you break it?
I remember that.
I don't think so. You remember when that happened?
Yeah, I was the drain. I don't know.
I was in the drain.
It was an situation.
I remember you telling me about it.
Pennywise down there. Yeah. It's like no wonder he likes feet.
Yep. Why is this all about feet today?
I don't know.
It's because his freaking dogs are out there.
My dogs out, and I don't. Yeah. And what's
that was a choice.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I'm sorry, everybody.
You guys want to see some fun stuff that I found this week?
Yeah. He's like, wrap it up. You don't know what's going on.
It's like, I don't have a rap sign, but we're going to transition to the end of this thing as quickly as possible.
Too much feet talk.
I'm tired of these feet.
We need it.
Also, if anybody doesn't like feet, just think of the word moist.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Now, I'd like to say... I didn't know about your profession, but usually I will try and find some videos that have something to do with it. I didn't this time. So this one is called, Can I Touch You for a Second?
Oh, gross.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so just go down just a little bit. Oh, okay, so actually just go up a little bit more, halfway, not that much. Okay, can I touch you for a second? Yeah.
Sometimes I would like to do that to people.
Yeah.
I'm actually not a really good teacher myself. I consider myself more of a mentor. So doing step-by-step things like that, I would think
You'd
about
wanna
doing that to
slap somebody.
someone.
Can I
Yes.
touch you
feels.
for a second? Slap.
Yes.
Hey, you
my
said I
gosh.
could, you
That
know?
is really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was less than a second.
No.
All right, Lady Gaga fans, anybody?
Oh,
I
yes.
am.
I love
This is
Gaga.
I'm gonna hate this video.
Blowing a kiss to Stevie Wonder. Now, I just want to say, I don't think that she did anything wrong here. I don't think that she looks foolish doing this. I think that it would be ableist for her to not blow him a kiss, to
That's
be
right.
honest
Yeah,
with you.
what is she
Being
supposed to do?
respectful.
Yeah, one. But the reason I'm showing you this was because the caption was Gaga tried to catch Stevie slipping.
I knew. I've seen this, and I will say I am kind of a fan. Not that I believe them, but I love to hear conspiracy
That
theories.
Stevie Wonder's not really blind.
Yes.
Oh, and that went viral.
Yeah, that's funny
It
to me.
really did. And do I believe that?
No.
but I love to hear people's reasonings or, thought process
Absolutely.
behind. I love it. I think
Absolutely.
conspiracy theories are hilarious.
I have heard that people have developed this idea that Stevie Wonder's not really blind.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, that is a long con.
No.
The
you
one,
imagine?
The one my sister and I really love is that Helen Keller wasn't actually blind or deaf.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that one.
Oh my, ask your Jana about that one.
Okay.
I mean, there are some crazy the time that people have to like put together these thought processes is
Yeah.
crazy to me. And it just is like, this is hilarious.
Yes, it really is.
And people convince themselves.
They do.
Well, and they get good enough, and there's enough platforms now that they convince
yeah.
a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And there's a little sliver of your brain where you're like, I mean, I guess it could add up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Oh, I've been there.
There's
That's the fun
certain
of 'em.
conspiracy theories that I hope are true.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they're not, but you want them to
Yeah.
be because
Yeah.
that would be great.
Yeah.
Like, it's not so much a conspiracy theory, but we've talked about the Stranger Things thing, and
Yeah.
people found all these Easter eggs, and that Stranger Things, the last episode wasn't the last episode. I desperately wanted that to be true.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then when the day came and left, I was like, all right, I didn't think it was, but it
That's
would have
like
been
Taylor
so.
Swift.
Yeah, you like
Yeah.
everybody just dives into,
Yep.
and it's so easy with social media culture because you have constant opportunities to like plant things, you know? Taylor Swift's another level of
Yeah,
smart.
she's. Ooh, I wish I was that organized.
You're a big fan, right?
Oh, I love Taylor
We
Swift.
love Taylor. Somebody,
awesome.
somebody bought me a Taylor Swift album for my birthday, like a vinyl. I gotta find
Oh.
that now because in the bar downstairs at the house, I've got a record player.
It's one of
Oh
the
my
boxes we threw
gosh.
away there, probably.
It might be. I do think that we got rid of
How disrespectful
that stuff.
on Taylor
Really?
Swift.
Anyway.
Taylor Swift, if you're watching,
We love you.
We know you're watching.
Yeah, she's
I know she is.
she's a big fan.
I heard.
She's a big fan.
All right, this one's called Rage Baiting My Fat Dog Part 12.
Wow.
Okay.
That's mean. Fat with a PH though.
Got it.
Oh no!
Oh, that almost rolled into your mouth. Come here.
Oh, poor baby.
So mean. Why is he wearing a dinosaur costume?
Because part 1 probably went viral.
Closer.
So now he puts him in new stuff every time.
Oh, you're getting better at this.
He's getting quicker.
You are rooting for the dog the whole time.
Well, hopefully you're not rooting for the hand.
No, yeah, it's true.
Oh,
Almost there.
He said almost there. What do you mean? Oh, the zoom
he's
in.
mad.
I mean, he telegraphs every one of his lunges.
What effort?
Now you're critiquing the dog's
Almost there, bro.
technique.
Whose side are you on?
His physical capabilities.
Well,
Just give him the treat.
I want him to win. You got to be critical.
Oh,
He's not gonna. He's not
No.
gonna
Thought he got
win.
it.
He got it.
Got it?
He didn't win.
Yeah, he let him win.
Yeah, you let him win.
He
All right,
had to
now-
Have you
exercise
ever
a little
seen?
bit.
Have you ever seen the TikToks where the guy does the voice for the animals?
Yes, I love those.
I want to see that.
I
with
know.
that.
It's just all
There's
cuss
one.
words.
There's one where the dog is like mad because he did something wrong and the mom's like, you're not getting dinner, and then the guy does a voiceover. He's like, I'm hungry, and it's like hilarious what he does because there's two animals and they're next to each other and
Yeah.
he'll do both voices. It's hysterical.
Yeah.
We have to look one of those up someday.
Do you guys love stupid humor? I hope so, because this next one's really stupid.
I'm stupid, so let's get it.
Rage.
I've seen this.
I'm so mad at you. Is that like
All of
oil? Is that like trumpet oil?
Yep. All the band nerds out there have definitely seen that.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Did you know that it was
Yes.
in reference to the dog?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, no, I didn't know it was in reference
It's
to the
literally
dog.
the same
but I
video.
knew-
Listen to the sound of the
Listen
howl.
to the howl.
Listen.
Got him.
Okay, now listen to this. Did they use the audio?
I don't know.
They
I
might
was just
have.
going to say that.
They might have,
looks
but
like
it's not the same key.
That
I
is so
know.
funny.
That's funny.
Rage baiting my oil addicted trumpet. What I want to know is this looks like it had to be two people filming this. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
And what I want to know is they're clearly by a door right there. Somebody walks by and there's a window and then they see this happening.
Yeah, they're like
what are they thinking? Because they're probably thinking, that's about right.
Yeah.
Because like this isn't something that you do a one-off. This
No.
particular person has probably made tons of videos.
they're like, oh, it's another
And
Tuesday.
what's another thing too is like, what if it's one person and they have like their meta glasses on and then they're holding in one hand and then they have the trumpet out of frame
Yeah,
barely.
they have their like.
They have
in
the
their
phone
mouth.
in their mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to film it.
Then they have to be doing the side effects or
my
the sound
gosh,
effects, rather.
That is so
That's
funny.
fair.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
What else?
Those are the dumb ones. Here's a fun one. This one's called Helping MJ. I didn't want to give you too much. Ready? College is pushing Michael Jackson's Mini Cooper out of the snow.
Keep going, Michael Jackson. Keep going. We're still going. Yeah. We free. Oh, damn. We free. We free.
The absolute dance off that person had when they got out of the car was impeccable.
I mean, the guy who's impersonating Michael Jackson was probably like, I'm not getting out of this. And then people came to help. So he just stayed in character
yeah.
for
Yeah.
it.
Well, it worked in his favor.
We're still going. Yeah.
I want to know what happens in your life for you to want to become like a Michael Jackson impersonator, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what leads to this is my source of income?
I have asked this question to myself because this is going to sound like I'm being rude, and I'm not when I say this. But like, there comes a point, I think, where your desire is to be a performer,
Yeah.
and then you find that this is how you can turn that desire into making some income,
This is it.
and so you go, good one,
Thanks, man.
Nice.
You low-hanging fruit.
nice job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I might have got there on accident,
Yeah.
but you nailed it.
Yeah.
This is it.
Thanks.
Well done.
Thank you.
And so I think that it gets to a point where it's like, this is how I'm going to turn the desire to be a performer into where I could pay some bills.
Yeah.
And
that.
I don't think that that's I'm saying that, and I disclaimered it at the beginning because it's possible that people could bash that, but they get hired. Like
Yeah.
there's a market for them.
Oh, yeah.
But the level of iconic that the source material artist has to be
I know.
in order for like
You have to be very confident.
a Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
You're not going to hire Justin
no.
Timberlake impersonator.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I might. I'd be interested to know what are
I
you
would
going
love
to
to
do.
see it. I would.
But
I mean, there's Elvis impersonators. There's
There's Elvis.
Michael Jackson impersonators.
That's
I
it,
don't
dude.
know who else there
That's
are
it.
impersonators for. I mean, I'm sure there's more, but you got to have like, because I've
superhero impersonators
maybe
at Disney.
superhero
Yeah.
impersonators. Like I've heard people that they get hired and they have like a voice that's like a Frank Sinatra-y, and they get hired.
Yeah.
They're not Frank Sinatra impersonators, but they want that like that Vegas-y showman, showgirl type thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, because I think about that too, like going back and your sister, I mean, Shelby's dancing on a cruise. She didn't go to cruise dance auditions when she was auditioning. She went to things like the Rockettes. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And then she learned this, that there's more opportunities than just like the marquee, like what everybody knows.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then she's made a fantastic living off of it.
Yep.
And
I agree.
I mean, I don't know if I would say millions of people yet, because I don't know how many people are going on these cruises.
Sure.
But there's been tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people even that she's entertained at this point.
Yep.
And they had fun at their experience, and she was a part of that.
Yep.
And there's no shame in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's worked for her. Like for them, it's like, well, if that's been successful, let's ride that train.
Yeah.
Like,
and so I
let's do it.
think that like I was at a birthday party for an older lady, and they had a roast and toast where they did like a roast of
my gosh.
her and other people, and then they toasted her at the
This
same
lady's
time.
awesome.
Yeah. And then out walks an Elvis impersonator. And I was only there
my-
because they hired me to film the whole thing and then put together a DVD for like
Right.
Oh my gosh.
just a keepsake.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, and I'm sitting there and I'm recording this Elvis impersonator, and I'm like, and in my head, my little like young adult, like 20 something mind, I'm like, this is so stupid. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, this guy, like, I'm thinking the same thing. Like, this guy woke up today and went, what are you doing later, babe? I'm going to be Elvis. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Which
And
Elvis was he, by the way? You
he
know what I mean?
was Vegas Elvis.
Okay.
Like,
so end of the line Elvis?
End of the line Elvis.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he had the full, like, big, huge collar with the bedazzled bodysuit, like very Vegas Elvis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because also, let's be real. Who's hiring a early impersonator?
I mean, honestly, I feel like hiring fat Elvis versus regular old Elvis is kind of crazy. You know what I mean?
I mean, I
But
don't know
also-
that the guy has to be fat.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
And so, but he sounded like Elvis. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
also, I think it's so interesting too, because I don't know if Elvis, I don't know. I can't speak to this, but like, it feels like Elvis's voice is easy to impersonate.
Yeah.
Easier than, say, I don't know, pick a different artist.
I mean, it is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, because he didn't necessarily get his part of his allure was not just because of the sound of his voice.
Right.
It was because he was something in that era that wasn't there yet.
Yep.
You know?
Whatever Johnny Bravo does to his voice is what Elvis does to his voice. I feel like that's like the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You've heard of Frank Caliendo?
Yeah.
He's an imitator.
Excellent impersonator of
I mean,
everybody.
Like if you give him enough time, it feels like he can impersonate any person.
Anybody.
Wow.
Because he understands the science behind. He's like, this is a very breathy sound, and this one you have to come from like back here. And I'm over here like, I just talk, like I just open my mouth and make noise.
Right.
And he's like, no. And then he does it perfect. He's like, and then he'll take you through his progressions. He's like, if you start down here, but then you add breath, you go from this person to this person. He's like, you could do Seth Rogen in the same range that you do Kermit the Frog. And then he does it.
So interesting.
And I'm like, this is insane. He's like, and if you want to keep talking Rogans, and then he's like, you got to bring it up here from into the front of your mouth. And then he's Joe Rogan. And you're like, what is happening?
Yeah.
So I think the impersonation thing, you got to look like them
A little bit. Or be able to do a face that looks like them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We heard when we were doing the cooking podcast that there was a Prince impersonator.
Yeah.
That Reese saw.
He's on the ones and twos.
Is that the one that's out at the amphitheater?
Sorry, dude.
I don't know.
There was one in Georgiana went and saw one
a
this
Prince
summer.
impersonator.
Yeah.
People say that Ryan looks like Prince all the time.
Yeah.
And so they
When he's not wearing a hat.
you
I
gotta
can kind of see
when
it.
he's all cleaned up, looking fresh. He's got an aura about him that
When
gives
he's-
you that same vibe.
When he's wearing
Okay.
purple,
Yeah, you can see
and
it.
has a
I
dangly
could
earring
see
in.
it.
when he's got a guitar that's oddly shaped.
He has a new profession now, so you.
He's on.
We have to
he's-
fire him as
He's
well.
got his own person on the ones and twos.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have any more? Or was that it?
We actually do have one more since I counted those last two as two.
Okay.
Or as
Count
one,
as
one.
rather. This one's a little bit longer, but it's only a minute long. And this is what happens when your social battery runs out.
Oh, this
So,
is Steph.
This is me.
And the second I fall asleep on this plane, spaz, hit the guy's stomach.
Oh my god!
Embarrassing. It's awful.
I have to leave immediately. I've hit a wall. I have nothing left. So I'm gonna go now.
What do you mean?
What? There's nothing left for me. I've told every story, and I've laughed at everything. You guys are my best friends, but I have to go home.
Well, if you don't want to, you don't have to say anything. You can just hang out and just enjoy your company.
No.
It's not up to me. I can't just sit here. I have nothing left. I wish it were different, but there's nothing I can do. I'm gonna go home now.
The music.
It was great hanging out.
I love this.
She's
It was
shaking
great hanging
hands.
out.
Did I say something?
You didn't say anything.
So you're not mad or anything?
No, I'm not mad. This has been one of my favorite nights in years. And now, I'm gonna go.
I am not even joking. This is my dad.
Didn't you? I drove her. I drove you here. Do you want like a ride home?
No, I'm gonna figure it out.
I am not even joking.
That's
That's my
your
dad.
dad?
We
Your
have
dad?
now started taking 2 cars to dinner because he doesn't like to sit around and socialize afterwards like
And
our
he just
ladies do.
leaves.
him and Rodney will get up and leave and start go watching whatever game is on.
Good for Rodney.
And the girl,
You know, though, to have that relationship with your father-in-law.
Oh,
good
he loves
for him.
it.
Yeah.
He loves it. And I think my dad likes having a male around, so it works for him.
I'm sure.
It works for him.
One time I asked your dad, I said, when do you're going to be turning the corner getting ready to retire, right? And this was your graduation party. He goes, I can't even spell retirement.
No, we've got things to do.
I said, oh, I'm sorry. He's like, I got 3 daughters. All of them probably want to get married. And I'm like,
Probably.
okay. I was like, wow,
Right.
John Norris telling me how you really feel.
Yeah. No, he'd be way too bored in
One time
retirement.
I did ask him, I said, I've got 2 daughters. I have a legit question. I was like, you seem functioning, like you've survived, you know? And he leaned in and he literally looked at me and he goes, why do you think I have a working TV in my garage?
He's literally never in the house. If it is even slightly warm outside, he's outside all day long.
If Shelby were here, she would talk about wearing the Pittsburgh Steelers jacket that doesn't fit.
Doesn't fit. He got it when he was probably 100 pounds lighter than he is. It's like
he still
ripped.
wears it. Yeah, it's just his jacket.
We just let him go. He's like our dog outside.
I used to. He comes in to eat.
Yeah, that's it.
And take care of business.
No, sometimes he won't. He will call in
and say, "Bring me food."
Yes.
Oh, I love this.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
There was a couple of times him and I have a unique, I don't know, bond.
Yeah.
Because the trailer thing, and then I don't know, you were there because everybody went up. Didn't everybody go up when Shelby moved to New York the first time? Were you there?
I wasn't. I think I was at school.
George was.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear that story about me? Did you hear what happened?
I think we were just talking about this. Like my dad brought this up.
We left your parents' house at 4:45 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
We drove the 6 hours to New York.
Yep.
We spent 10 hours in the city.
Yep.
And then
back around.
I left and drove home, but they were staying the night.
Yep.
Right? The most hysterical thing about this entire thing is I remember when Shelby was prepping to move. Like not prepping to move, but thinking about what the future was going to hold.
Yep.
The only reason she started to work for me was the summer of after she graduated.
Yep.
And it was just to make a little bit of pocket money because she was going to go do the Rocket Summer Intensive.
Yep.
15 years later, she was still working for me, or 14 years later, she was still working for me. And I remember I said, I don't care what it's going to take. I want to support your dream the best I can. When you're ready to move, you tell me that you're ready to move and I will help you get there.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And so we didn't need a trailer when she first moved because the apartment she was moving into was a shoebox.
Smaller than this, probably.
Yes. Yep. Here's what's crazy, Brandon. I woke up at 4:30 in the morning, met at their house to drive up behind them. Shelby rode with John and Teresa, her mom and dad. Mm-hmm. And I think George was there.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
It took me, the apartment was so small. Once we got into the city, by the time I found a parking spot 6 blocks away and walked to the apartment, everything was moved in.
Yep. Well, you know John Norris.
And so I didn't even get to help her move in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? And so I ended up, we went to dinner. Like everybody went to dinner. We ran to like a dollar store and got her like
the
little things like to buy to like just finish furnishing the apartment or whatever. And then and then they got locked out of their hotel room, which had my bag in it, which had my keys. So I couldn't leave if I wanted to.
My gosh.
Right. And so somebody came to the hotel, they let him in, I got my keys. And then I went to Shelby's apartment and I was like, hey, I finished hanging out with your parents. Like I got my bag. Love you. Good luck. Can't wait to hear about it. It was 10 o'clock at night.
Yep.
I had woken up at 4:45 that morning and then I drove all the way home. 6
I don't
hours.
know how you did
I
that.
got home at I left the house at 4:45. I got home at 2:45 or something like
24
that. 24
hours almost.
And so, I was 22 out of 24 hours I was awake and 12 of those hours I had spent on the road. And I remember, I'll never forget it because I use this phrase now. Your dad, as I was getting ready to leave, your dad's like, you're all right. That's a lot of windshield time. And I was like, oh, I'll be all right. And then I started driving and I was like, I got out of New Jersey and into Pennsylvania and I was like, am I all right?
Pennsylvania can get boring.
Oh man, it was rough, especially at like 1 a.m. when we've been on the road for 4. It was a lot. And then we got to wrap up. I helped her move another time and I had to pull the trailer.
That was because you were just talking about that somewhere.
So I have this red box trailer that you've used to move all the times that you've moved. through the downtown Manhattan streets.
Yep.
And I'm like, this is dumb.
Yeah.
Why didn't I just get a box truck? Like, why am I hauling this thing through literally the busiest town in the world?
Yep. Yep.
And, but we made it happen.
Yeah.
And Shelby's never allowed to move to New York.
No.
Again.
No.
But did you use the red trailer to move when you moved into the house? Did you like carry anything? Did you bring anything into the red trailer?
When I bought the new house, I was like, I'm not putting anything old in this house.
Everything was new furnish.
Yep. I left all of it at the apartment. Our maintenance guys at the apartment wanted it. I said, go ahead. And I just started over.
This is, so April is a year, right?
April we closed. We moved in May 1st of last year.
May is one full year in the new house. It's been crazy.
It's been fun. It's been fun to share this with you and G too, because you guys kind of were going through it at the same time we were too.
We started. Yeah, it's been almost 6 months since we started the process. Man.
I remember when you guys were looking, me and G would go back and forth.
Yep.
She'd send me stuff you guys are looking at. I'd send her stuff.
I remember the one house that you really loved that she sent you. We went and it was like, this one's not, the pictures look nicer than the house.
That's how it always is.
So I'm hoping it's not true of when we sell ours.
Yeah. No, you
but,
guys will be fine.
The new house, we're excited about it.
It was super nice. I'm so glad I got to see it. It was fun.
We got to do that again.
Yep.
And so we got to have Rodney on, and then after we have Rodney on, we'll have both of you guys come on and we'll chat.
Oh,
maybe Steph will sit in on that one. We get some more mics in here.
Steph? No. If we're doing it, Rodney, he's lame. He goes. Me and Steph.
You and Steph
together. But like then you go as well.
I
Steph
won't need
there,
to be here.
Me here.
And then
it's just that.
It'll make more sense.
Yeah.
Then
will make sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I love you so much.
Yes, you too.
It's an awesome time to get to chat with you.
Yep.
Tell Rodney hello.
I will.
And I tell your mom that I miss her.
I will absolutely do that. You can stop by anytime.
I love
she
your
always
mom.
has sweets.
I know, she's the best. So, and I wanted to say this right at a time we were talking about like promotions and like your mom's like crushing it.
She is. She's a very inspirational for us
she's got all kinds of stuff going. She basically retired from one part of a career and got this like super high pressure.
Yeah.
But is crushing it.
She kills it.
Yeah.
She kills it.
So we'll talk about that on the next one.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
For being here. This was so fun.
Thanks for having me.
So Brandon and Ryan, as always, guys, thanks for making me sound and look, even with my feet hanging out, sound and look better than I actually do. Appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for helping me move stuff today.
Anytime.
So with that, everybody, episode 33 of Does That Make Sense? The podcast. Stay tuned. We'll see you next week. Thanks so much. See ya.